Everything's finally going right. You got the job. The relationship is healthy. Your life is stable for the first time in years. And then, like clockwork, you burn it all down. You pick a fight. You ghost. You fuck up on purpose. You create chaos where there was peace. And while you're doing it, there's a voice in the back of your head screaming, "Stop," while your hands keep lighting matches. You're not self-destructive. You're not broken. You're not trying to ruin your life. You're running from something that terrifies you more than failure ever could. You're running from success, from stability, from being seen as someone who deserves good things. And if that hits different, stay with me. Because what I'm about to tell you will destroy you and rebuild you at the same time. Here's the truth nobody prepared you for. Your brain doesn't want you to be happy. It wants you to be safe. And if chaos was your normal growing up, peace feels like danger. Let me say that again because it's going to crack something open inside you. If chaos was your baseline as a kid, your nervous system learned that drama equals safety. Calm equals something bad is about to happen. So when life gets good, your brain hits the panic button and tells you to destroy it before it destroys you. This is why you sabotage the relationship that's actually healthy. This is why you quit the job right before the promotion. This is why you ghost the friend who actually showed up for you. It's not because you're ungrateful. It's not because you don't want those things. It's because your nervous system is trying to protect you from a threat that doesn't exist anymore. It's trying to save you from the person you used to be, the one who learned that good things don't last, that love always comes with conditions, that stability is a lie, and chaos is inevitable. You were a kid who learned to brace for impact, a kid who watched happiness turn into disappointment so many times that your brain started associating joy with pain. A kid who got punished for being too happy, too loud, too much. So you learned to shrink, to expect the other shoe to drop, to never get comfortable because comfortable meant you weren't paying attention. And now, decades later, your adult brain is still operating on that old programming. Still waiting for the betrayal. Still convinced that good things are a setup for something worse. Let me paint you a picture. You're 10 years old. Your parents are fighting again, or they're silent again, or they're drunk again, or they're just not there. And you learn that love looks like volatility. That attention comes with a price. That the only time people notice you is when something's wrong. So, what does your brain do? It wires itself for crisis. It gets comfortable in chaos. It learns that the only way to feel anything is to be in the middle of a storm. And peace? Peace feels like the eye of a hurricane. Temporary. Dangerous. A lie. Fast forward to now. You meet someone who loves you without conditions. Who's consistent. Who doesn't yell. Who doesn't leave. And your brain, that beautiful traumatized idiot, goes into full meltdown. Because this doesn't compute. This doesn't match the blueprint. This person is too good. Which means they're lying, which means you need to test them, which means you need to push them away before they leave first. So you do. You pick fights about nothing, you withdraw, you cheat, you find reasons why they're wrong for you, and the whole time, you hate yourself for it. But you can't stop, because stopping means trusting, and trust is the thing that got you hurt in the first place. Here's what's happening in your brain. Your amygdala, the part that handles fear, learned to associate love with pain. It learned that closeness equals vulnerability equals getting destroyed. So every time someone gets close, it fires off alarm signals like you're being chased by a predator. Your cortisol spikes, your heart races, your body goes into fight or flight. And the only way to make that feeling stop is to create distance. To sabotage, to confirm what you've always believed, that you're unlovable, that good things aren't for you, that you were right to never hope. But here's the part that'll fuck you up. It's not just relationships, it's everything. The job where your boss actually values you, you'll find a way to fuck it up. The friend group that's healthy and stable, You'll create drama or disappear. The apartment that finally feels like home. You'll stop paying rent or pick a fight with the landlord. Because your brain has one mission: return to baseline. And your baseline is chaos. Psychologists call this repetition compulsion. You're unconsciously recreating the emotional environment you grew up in because it's familiar. And the brain would rather be miserable and familiar than happy and unknown. Think about that. Your brain is so terrified of the unfamiliar feeling of stability that it will literally destroy your life to get back to what it knows. It's not trying to hurt you. It's trying to save you from a danger that only exists in the past. Let's talk about the guilt, because that's the worst part, isn't it? You know you're doing it. You watch yourself self-destruct in real time. You see the pain in their eyes when you push them away. You feel the opportunity slipping through your fingers, and you hate yourself for it. You think you're weak. You think you're broken. You think something's fundamentally wrong with you that can't be fixed. But you're not broken. You're loyal. You're so fucking loyal to the version of yourself that learned to survive in chaos that you can't let them go, even when they're killing you. Here's what nobody tells you about healing. It's not about positive thinking. It's not about affirmations or gratitude journals or manifesting better energy. It's about convincing a part of your brain that's been in survival mode since you were 6 years old that the war is over, that you're safe now, that good things can exist without a catch. And that is the hardest thing you'll ever do. Because that part of you, it doesn't trust anyone, especially not you. You've got to become the parent you needed, the one who says it's okay to be happy, the one who doesn't pull the rug out from under you the second you relax. The one who's consistent, who doesn't leave, who doesn't punish you for having needs. And you've got to do that for yourself every single day until your nervous system starts to believe it. Until peace stops feeling like a threat. Until stability stops feeling like a setup. Here's what that looks like in practice. You get the good job, the one that pays well and treats you like a human. And your brain starts whispering, "You're going to fuck this up." And instead of listening, you notice it. You say, "I see you. I know you're trying to protect me, but this is safe." You don't fight the thought. You don't shame yourself for having it. You just acknowledge it and keep showing up anyway, day after day. Until your brain gets new data, until it learns that good things can last, that you're allowed to have them, that you won't be punished for wanting more. Same with relationships. Someone loves you consistently, and your brain screams, "Test them, push them, make them prove it." And instead of picking the fight, you pause. You feel the urge. You name it. This is my trauma trying to protect me from getting hurt. And then you do the opposite. You stay. You're vulnerable. You tell them, "I'm scared you're going to leave, so I want to push you away first." And you let them love you anyway. Not because you believe you deserve it yet, but because you're willing to collect evidence that maybe, just maybe, you do. This isn't a one-time fix. This is a daily practice of choosing the unfamiliar over the familiar, of letting your nervous system recalibrate, of teaching your brain that it's allowed to rest, that the other shoe isn't going to drop, that you can be happy without waiting for the punishment. And some days you're going to fail. You're going to sabotage anyway. You're going to push people away. You're going to quit the good thing, and that's okay. Because you're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to rewire a brain that spent years learning the wrong lessons. And that takes time. It takes failing and trying again. It takes forgiving yourself for being human, for carrying wounds you didn't ask for. Here's what I need you to understand. The fact that you sabotage good things doesn't mean you don't want them. It means you want them so badly that the possibility of losing them feels unbearable. So you take control. You destroy it yourself, on your terms, before it can destroy you. It's not weakness. It's a survival strategy from a version of you that's still waiting for the betrayal. And that version of you needs you to prove them wrong. Gently, consistently, without judgment. You're not broken. You're a fucking warrior who learned to survive in a war zone, and now you're trying to learn to live in peacetime. And peacetime is terrifying when you've never experienced it before, when you don't have a blueprint for what healthy looks like, when every cell in your body is screaming that this is a trap. But it's not a trap. The good job is real. The healthy relationship is real. The stable life is possible. You just have to teach your brain that it's allowed to have it, one day at a time, one choice at a time, one moment of not sabotaging at a time. So if you're someone who burns down everything good the second it starts to feel real, you're not alone. You're not broken. You're not unfixable. You're just running old software that needs an update. And that update happens slowly, painfully, through repetition and failure and getting back up and trying again. The people who love you will wait. The opportunities will come back. And you'll get there, not because you're perfect, but because you're willing to try, to show up, to let yourself be seen as someone who deserves good things, even when your brain is screaming that you don't. So, tell me, do you sabotage good things the second they feel real? Or are you one of those people who can actually accept happiness without destroying it? Drop it in the comments. Let's find our people. And if this hit you in the chest, subscribe. The next video is about why some people feel like they're performing their entire personality, and it's not fake. It's survival. You're going to want to watch that. Click it. Let's keep going.